Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So now we are going to resume our lecture, our chapter 3. We are doing reductions. Now remember, I would just like to remind you, if you forgot for a while, what is the difference between reductions and contractions. Let's see this: reductions and contractions. Okay, as you know, reductions are also short forms, shortening up of long words, and also contractions are the same, they are shortening up of words. But remember that contractions, they are in written English as well as spoken English. Okay, whereas reductions, they are just in spoken English. Okay, they are used in speech, they are used in spoken English, they are not used in written English. They are not accepted in written English. So now you see here in this first activity, you have what are you doing? So what are you doing when you use you? Okay. What are you doing when you use you? What happens? That what happens? You becomes somewhat ya, and doing is somewhat becomes doing. Okay, so G is omitted, and in you becomes ya. So what are you doing becomes what are you doing? What are you doing? I like to see what they are doing. I like to see what they are doing. They're doing. I like to see what they're doing. Okay, it gets they're doing. They don't want to use it. They don't want to use it. So want to becomes what? Wanna. Okay, so want to becomes wanna. Let me see if I have it over here. Okay, I have it here. I'll show you some more examples here. Contractions and reductions. Look at these examples over here. Just let me put the speaker for the next activity. Meanwhile, you see my neighbors in the office talk so loudly that I fear you might be not able to hear it properly. Okay. So let me hold the mic even closer. Okay. So here you can see here the full form is I am, and the contraction is I'm. Okay. You use I and apostrophe M. Now, as you see the difference, this is contraction and there is no reduction for this, no reduction whatsoever. I will becomes I'll, okay, and I apostrophe double L, okay, and the reduction isn't there, okay. Similarly, he is, he's, she is, she's, he will, he'll, she will, she'll, we will or we are, we're, and they are becomes there, okay. You are becomes you're gonna sleep, you're and remember the difference between you are, contraction your, and your. Okay, your means for you, that is different. Okay, and it is full form, contraction it is, and the contraction is its. Okay, now let's go to reductions. He is going to sleep, so going to becomes gonna here. Okay, he's gonna sleep. You have one contraction here, and if I put the contraction also here, then it will be like he apostrophe s, he's gonna sleep. Now this sentence has both contraction and reduction. I'll show you contraction in blue light. Okay, it is blue and reduction in red. Okay, so you see he's is a contraction which is in blue and gonna is in red. I want to sleep. I want to sleep. Did you see him? Do you see him? Do you see him? So did you becomes Jew. Okay, and did you have to eat? Do you have to eat? Do you have to eat? Have to. Okay, so these are the contractions. Reductions. If you see, they are not acceptable in spoken, but they are accepted in. Again, I'm sorry. They are spoken, accepted in spoken, but they are not accepted in written type of English. So you see this. Did you becomes Jew. Okay. Yeah. There are some more contraction examples. I'm just mentioning a few. Like I have becomes I apostrophe ve. I've got a news for you. That is contraction. Again a contraction. I would becomes I'd. I apostrophe D. And now this is actually saving a lot of words, because I would 5 words and we just use one, so I'd. So this is actually saving time and words. So I would becomes I'd like to sleep. Okay. So this is about contractions and reductions. Now in this exercise we're just going to listen the long form and the reduced form. Then in the next exercise we will solve the examples that are given to us.
Stressed words. Up. Page 56. Activity 11. Comparing long and reduced forms.
1. What are you doing? What are you doing?
2. I like to see what they are doing. I like to see what they're doing.
3. They don't want to use it. They don't want to use it.
4. I can call them for free. I can call them for free.
5. I am going to try that. I'm going to try that.
Okay, so one more time.
Page 56. Activity 11. Comparing long and reduced forms.
1. What are you doing? What are you doing?
2. I like to see what they are doing. I like to see what they're doing.
3. They don't want to use it. They don't want to use it.
4. I can call them for free. I can call them for free.
5. I am going to try that. I'm going to try that.
Okay, so let's go to the next listening. Now we will solve it.
Page 56. Activity 12. Listening for reductions.
1. What are you doing?
2. I like to see what they are doing.
3. They don't want to use it.
4. I can call them for free.
5. I'm going to try that.
Okay, again.
Page 56. Activity 12. Listening for reductions.
1. What are you doing?
So number 1 is not contracted, so it is A.
2. I like to see what they are doing.
It's also not contracted, so it is A.
3. They don't want to use it.
So this is A.
4. I can call them for free.
This is reduced, so it is reductions. This is B.
5. I'm going to try that.
And 5 is also again contraction. So it is, let me listen to the first one again.
Page 56. Activity 12. Listening for reductions.
1. What are you doing?
Okay, so I'm sorry for the first one, it is B. So the answers would be like B, A, and BB. Okay, so it is like that. Okay, let's go to the next activity, which might be more interesting than this one. Using language. Okay, now here they're talking about how to start a conversation. You know, when you go to a mall or you meet somebody on the street, how do you often start your conversation? You normally say words like excuse me, and then you initiate. Okay, like look at this example here. He says, excuse me, I don't think we have met. My name is whatever your name is. Suppose your name is Ali, you say my name is Ali. Okay, hello, the other person says my name is, suppose you say Aqib. Hi, I am Dish. I am whatever your name is. I am Faisal. How is it going? Hello, how are you? So these are conversation starters, and you also sometimes use words like excuse me, may I ask you a question? Excuse me, can you help me? So these are the conversation starters. Whenever you're starting some new thing, like where will you use this, may I ask you a question? Suppose you go to the airport and you don't know when is your flight, or is the flight going to arrive on time? Is the flight scheduled to be on time? Then you go to the officer and you say, excuse me, may I ask you a question? And then you proceed with the question. Also, suppose you need help and you don't know how to get out of this situation. Then you see if there is a person concerned at the airport or in the college, in the university, your doctor, anybody. So you say, excuse me, can you help me? And then you start a conversation. This is basically starting conversation in places where people are strangers to you. Okay, now we have got three different listenings. Let's see what is happening in those three listening audios.
Page 61. Activity 3. Listening for details. Conversation 1.
So this one is this woman. You can see in the picture she wants to buy something. Maybe she's looking for a shirt. Let's see what happens.
Excuse me, can you help me? Of course. What do you need? Do you have this shirt in blue? No, it comes in white and gray.
So this woman is at a clothing store and she says, excuse me, can you help me out? Do you have this shirt in blue? That saleswoman or the sales person, that would be more accurate. She says, no, it comes in white and gray.
Would you like the white one?
She offers, would you like the white one?
Yes, I would.
Okay, so she says, yes, I will buy a white shirt. So she buys a white shirt.
Conversation 2.
Hi, Ben. How are you doing?
Hi, Tommy. I'm fine. Have you met my Uncle John?
No. It's nice to meet you, John.
So there are three people over here. This is Ben. This second friend is Tommy. And this is Ben's uncle, whose name is John. Okay? And how is he related to Ben? John is the brother of Ben's father. Okay? So the father of Ben is the brother of John. So John is the uncle of Ben. So now Ben is introducing his uncle to Tommy.
Are you from here too?
No, I'm just visiting my brother, Ben's father.
So Tommy asks John, are you from here too? Are you from Jazan also? He says, no, I'm just visiting my brother, Ben's father.
Conversation 3.
Excuse me, can you answer a question for us?
Certainly, if I can.
How do we get to the museum from here?
Go straight down this road and turn right at the post office.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so these two are, who are they? They are tourists. Tourists. T-O-U-R, tour. You know what is a tour? It's a short journey. Suppose you go to Farasan Islands, or suppose you go outside kingdom, you go to Malaysia for a short visit. It is called a tour, and the people who do it are called tourists. Okay, so these two, the guy in blue t-shirt and the man in white and the guy in red shirt, these are two tourists, and where do they want to go? They want to go to the museum. What is a museum? Museum is a place where they keep artifacts and they exhibit objects which are rarely available anywhere else, or sometimes pictures in the gallery. And museum actually conserves important things which might not be lost, or the things of the past, the things of some heritage value. In Arabic you call it muthaf. Okay, so it stores and it conserves the objects of rarity which might be lost if they are not preserved. So this is what happens in a museum. Just excuse me for a while, there is a phone call I need to receive.